in a place called Gjain, and I may be horribly butchering it, but this is a place where in the Game of Thrones, I forget which season it was, but Arya and the Hound trained after finding shelter overnight. I really wanted to shoot it from the very top so you could see the contrast between the car park and what unfolds below, but that's fine. I'll finish it there instead. I'm not even gonna say anything, just look. See a bunch of people climbing back up to their cars, which tells me that they came down, saw like the very tip of what's there to see here, and then left, which is a natural desire, especially given the fact that it's raining and it's pretty nasty right now. But the path just keeps unfolding, and there's a lot more to this place than you can see from the car park. The place is easy enough to get to. It's about an hour away from the town of Selfoss, which itself is about an hour and a half away from Keflavik and Reykjavik. So it's not exactly on the golden circle, but it's pretty close. When I googled it, it was described as kind of like as an oasis in the middle of nowhere, and this is true, especially the bit about it being in the middle of nowhere. It takes some pretty treacherous F-roads to get here. Not a lot of water, just a lot of potholes, especially on a day like today. That's the first outing. Alright, it's an interesting effect. Camera's got some water on it. That's fine. Yeah, when all you're doing is just driving through moon landscape, and just deserted highlands, and you happen to look down and you see this valley below, it's nothing short of amazing. This is probably my favorite place in Iceland now. We went to Lammenalaugar yesterday, and I thought that was insane, and most people do who have been there, but just like for concentrated beauty in one pretty small space, I think this has a beat. We didn't quite find the perfect shot of the waterfalls where the scene was shot. Did take a couple of pictures. I may at some point in time put them in the video. We have a couple of figurines by 3-0 that are pretty lifelike, so we just thought of doing a little photo shoot. Unfortunately, the weather kind of put paid to those plans. It's just not a really good time for it, but just a minute ago. Believe it or not, this place actually has a pretty decent 4G signal, so I was trying to look for captures from the series, but as you may imagine, given copyright and everything, they're pretty difficult to find. A little slippery. We have river crossings for the car. We will have a river crossing for it. But before that, some of these waterfalls. this here is just, I don't know that I have enough words or that I am poetic enough to describe this. You can see it all for yourself. Nope, the wide lens is still very wide. Okay, this is a place where I try to keep the camera in hand and myself upright. See how that works? Myself upright and out of water. Pretty crossable, but it is pretty wide. Hey. Gore-Tex shoes. That's moving. And other kind of waterproof shoes are advisable. So we're about to film my wife, hopefully making the same crust that I did. Zayed, be careful. One of those stones is moving in the middle. One of these. So yeah, go right. Yep, good one. Alright, we got it. This is kind of not very well defined, just try not to hurt the foliage as much as possible. Yeah, it is, for August, it's pretty cold. It's about 10 degrees Celsius, 50 Fahrenheit. But, so far, did not mean to do that. Nonetheless, really glad that we did it. We were actually contemplating doing it tomorrow. We've only got one full day left. And we wanted to go to the Durhalaya and Reynisfjara, Black Sand Beach. And I don't know that we would be able to get these both in one day. We could, it just kind of dilutes the experience. But nonetheless, even though it's raining, this place would probably be even more amazing in sunlight. A lot more authentic this way though, to be fair. But yeah, I'm not all regretting that we did it today. I'm also trying to walk a little bit faster to make this video manageable to watch, otherwise it's just going to be way too long. But I just have to walk here too. Show you the contrast between where the car park is and where I am right now. It's pretty drastic. Pardon the white. Hopefully this will allow me to go widescreen. No. Okay. Well, worth a shot. of a sudden it's quiet as you walk behind just one stone. Can't hear anything except for this little stream. Yeah, this is not, it's hardly on any big must-see places list in Iceland. I've seen it here and there. It is known, but it's nowhere near as popular as some of the places with better PR, like the Golden Circle and Gjain. I don't know, you can miss it, honestly. This is a very cool and very secluded little cave. That's the reason this is where they would have stayed. Arya and her captor, turned father figure. There's a little slippery, especially when it's crashed. So, caution is urged. Definitely textured sole shoes. I would not find any time this in shoes with flat soles. The back will not be thinking of it, and the backside falling on it probably won't either. You kind of get the idea of why I was squeezed. It doesn't look like much. Again, I keep repeating myself, and we'll see it in a minute. It really doesn't look like much from the top. I'm trying to take a tight little corner here so that I don't miss anything. There's probably, like, back where I started, there's probably more of a path into the river valley. I just don't really have the time for it. Or given the weather or desire, since the major place is here, and that's it. Like, starting the climb. This video is going to be maybe about 15-16 minutes, and that's how long it takes to just walk around here. So multiply that by 2 if you want to stop and take pictures, which you should. Or if you just want to sit, meditate at the waterfall, you can do that as well. Okay, so I'm purposely not turning around. I'll do that only when I'm at the top. I know, hope I'm not overselling it. Sorry, panting here a little bit. It is fairly steep. But unlike many other places in Iceland, there's actual stairs. And they're pretty well spaced. As hikes go, this is pretty mild. I'll move this up now. So, now, take you back here a little bit, just so that you can see what we saw as we were driving it. It's pretty gray, especially on an overcast day or a rainy day. Either. Although I'm glad, because on a normal day I imagine there'd be a lot more people here. So, parked the car. There's a beautiful little Dacia Duster that got us to places I didn't think it could. Highly recommended, by the way. We walk to the edge. Well, first off, you see that waterfall, the main waterfall, and you're like, alright, this is cool. This looks interesting.